Hello everybody, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included here on our experimentation colony where we're trying to progress without showing too many of the boring parts. Haha, yeah, that's fun. Alright, anyways, right now we have a power issue um, for several reasons. One, we got all the oxygen that got mixed into here because when we messed this up, that caused a lot of problems. And we don't have any coal in these, and while we are slowly getting hatches and they are producing coal, we're not picking it up and we're not delivering and all that good stuff. So what does that mean? Well, that basically means, one, we need to fix the hydrogen mess, and two, we need to do some coal mining, and we've got coal right here, fortunately. So I am gonna go in here and I'm just gonna go, hey, grab that coal. Right? We're gonna start right there and just grab a bunch, and then we're gonna say, hey, also at the same time, whoops, sorry. Here we are. Grab this coal up here and get it moved and taken care of. Right? I mean, it's just what we have to do. You can come here. This one can come here, just so that we can get those taken care of too. All right, that way we can get some temporary power. Second, since we broke these because of all this, we're kind of in trouble. We also got some bleach stone somewhere around here. We're gonna have to get swept up really quick before it causes issues in the base. Any others? Yep, there's another one over here somewhere. There it is. I still think that needs to be an improvement to where if you select this, that there's a menu, you can select which resource you want to sweep. I think that would be so much easier, wouldn't it? Because if I don't think I can do it if, like, let me look. So if I sorry, I had to cough. All right, so if I select this and I sweep, yeah, there's no copy. Okay, I was gonna say maybe you could do that and then copy the action, but nope. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna fix this, and this just needs to be fixed. Yeah, I don't like these in here because when there's a problem, I can't get to it, and I'm gonna cough all over the place. So for right now, we're gonna do this because I don't want that to escape. And then we're gonna come in and put that in place. Sorry. Do I have liquid? No. I didn't bring water. Darn it. So I'll get that fixed too. So we're gonna get that taken care of. I can also get this resolved so that the base is sealed there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and expand this in preparation for a little bit of this. Even if we have to manually generate it, if we can pump it a little bit and put it in here and stuff, which means I'm going to drop this down, and that way so I can continue to drop everything into one area, right? So we're going to do that as well. For what I'm talking about is petroleum generators. They're going to go right here. Power shouldn't be too much of a problem because in 4 cycles, we're going to have natural gas and these can start running again and we'll be okay. Because right now, we're okay. We've got everything running, but we don't have enough power to run our oxygen. And so as a result, we're just getting a little bit of a time, which is keeping a couple of these suits, but not the rest of them. In fact, if I chop that and I do that, we can get this oxygen. I cut these vents off just so that we can still go outside and have a little oxygen. So yeah, we need to get these running. The other thing I can do, yeah, I gotta get this done too. The other thing I could do is put in a bunch of wheels just to get power going as a backup for a couple cycles, and it wouldn't hurt. It really won't hurt anything. So I'm gonna do that too, but I need it on the main grid. So there's only a couple places I could put it to where it's on the main grid, and that's over here, which the dupes aren't gonna like, but you know what? That's too bad. They can come here, run for a couple cycles, then go get some oxygen. There's a little polluted oxygen there, but they can do that. Nobody's starving unless somebody's trapped. No, you're just in the bathroom. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So when I come back, we're going to have this mapped out and fixed, and we'll have all of this fixed and get our hydrogen fixed too. I should just move all of this into our main power brick. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what we're going to work on. So I will be back shortly, and we will continue to make some progress. See you in just a bit. All right, welcome back. So it's a few cycles later. We are active on natural gas. That helps, but it's not generating tons, as you can see. But it is helping a little bit. We did get this set up. We've only built one so far. That's fine, because we don't have enough liquid to support it. It's draining through this really fast. So we did set it to where it'll prioritize the natural gas. So if there's enough power, it'll only run on natural gas. If there's not, it'll run this, and if needed, it'll come over, run this. Wait a minute, those are running. So, okay, so right now everything's running, so it's saying, for some reason, current load is 5.62, potential, okay, well, yeah. So, yeah, we're kind of in the middle. The other thing we're working on is getting our suits taken care of. We got to remember not to use cobalt, because we made out all of our suits out of cobalt, which means all the cobalt that is left, we need to store right here and say, hey, don't touch cobalt, because it is the only thing we have to repair our suits in the future. Yeah. Yeah, we also need to take this off. Let me see. Take. Yep. Take that off, because we have a finite amount of gold. There we go. Cool. Alright. So, we did put the wheels in. So, I should prioritize them. Hey guys, if you got nothing else to do, come spin a wheel. It won't hurt anybody to do that. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is work on our food before we move forward. So, now I didn't look up anything outside of just remembering that technically you can only plant for 3. Our pips haven't done squat. The other pip died. You know, the egg got picked up and moved, and that's fine, but they haven't done... They're just not planting. They when I first put them in here, they planted a couple. Same thing up here. When I first put them in, they planted a couple, but then they did nothing. So, I think it's just time that we say, well, you know what? We're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, which means that we need to take our sleet wheat here. If I can pick the right thing, there we go. And we're going to fertilize it with dirt and water, and we're going to do the same thing. So that means this one would need water. Now that's not a problem. We can do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to make the sacrifice, not out of cobalt. We need our cobalt. We use copper. And we're just going to make the sacrifice and build the farm. Now, that means we have to plan out a couple things. So the first thing we can do is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can have a shared 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll see why in a moment. We'll just put a vent here so we have ventilation. I won't build it now Well, actually we can, because this is always going to be cold. We can use these. Okay, so that works. So we're going to put one there, one there. They share. We're going to be doing dirt. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So we're going to do that. These aren't powered right now. We don't have the power for that. And then we need a pipe. So let's make sure we don't freeze it. Okay. Alright, and then we need to hook it up to water. So we're going to go ahead and just come there. Straight up and do that. Alright, and then we're going to do one over here too. We'll do the bottom one since it doesn't have anything. So the first thing that we can do is deconstruct all these metal tiles. Now, the lettuce, the waterweed lettuce, alright, so it needs bleach stone and salt water. We've got unlimited bleach stone. Well, not eventually we can. But, so, yeah. You know what I'm saying. Not really, but you know. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create a small one over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shared 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do the same thing over here. But this one obviously is going to be heated. Okay. Now, I don't want to dig that out yet, so we're going to temporarily just do that. Now, I got to take this. We don't need this anymore. We can deconstruct that. We have to take this and we have to get all of this set up. So the first thing I want to do is this. Well, we're going to do multiple things. And then this is going to come over to here, and we got to go down. Wait. We have tons of salt water out here. I mean, I was going to say, oh, we're going to take our salt water way over to the other side. No. We're going to pull the salt water right out of here. Eventually we'll need this, but we can pull the salt water temporarily right out of here somewhere. I'd say right here. Let's just... There's so many places we could pull it. Oh, speaking of which, really quick. What is this vent? Another water vent. My goodness. We have like 12 different types of water vents on this map. Plus all these huge pools, right? I mean, I have all this I can drain. Just trying to think of where I can start pulling from. I can't drain this because this will flood. All right, so here's what we can do. We can take this. I don't have to worry about temperature, so we could just build this, you know, out of standard old gold. All right. So there we go. Boom. We're gonna go straight up. And we're gonna go straight down. And then the only thing I need is a power wire, which I have power. Too bad I can't take it from there. I can get across here though, so let's do that. Boom, because I can make a little path here, right? Right. I'd say make it out of lead, but you never know if something's going to happen and all of a sudden we have hot temperatures. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to build all this and then we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So, we've had to micromanage a little bit of issues with our production of oxygen. We got a filter in so that we stop breaking these. We kept breaking these and we used up all of our gold. And so that's been a major problem, but hopefully we've got that fixed now. We also had issues getting water because everybody had to go out to get water. So we went ahead and opened this back up, put a door here, closed this off so it's accessible inside the base, especially since we have the top sealed now. Nothing else is going to drip into it, so unless we open a bottle. So that's fine. We came over here and we got this set up. We put a pump down in here to get our salt water, so that's being pumped up. And right now we've got this going and we are growing. We're at 23% and we're already storing a lot of bleach stone here. Obviously we're going to be collecting a lot more, and we're working on the fertilization process, but we need some more farmers, and we need to, this is a ways for them to go, right? So we're gonna have to work on that. Up here in our sleet wheat farm, we're getting these all planted, and you can see we've been dumping water in here because we are trying to get it down to the right temperature. We're at 8. We're gonna do a little, we've got another ice thing here. We're gonna add some more. I mean, it warmed it up a little bit because, you know, when we built these, it was out of warm metal. But with the ice in there and then this coming in, since this is already at 4, it won't be long before this starts getting into negative temperatures, which is good. We also put in some extra storage up here so that our hydrogen wasn't backing up and causing issues because it was backed up. And this is dormant, so it's okay that this isn't hooked up, but it was backed up, and then this was causing problems to where hydrogen was coming into the lines, and yeah, so fun messes. Now the only good news is that this has been a lifesaver. The bad news is that we're finally out of petroleum down here. Obviously we're gonna make more and, you know, get that going because we have the polluted, or I mean the crude coming in. That's not a problem. But we've been so busy doing other things that we're really not running the machine very much. So we need to get that going, which basically means we need our tinkerers really going after operating the machinery. So we do have them set to do that. I'm going to increase this guy so that he speeds up as well. And on this guy over here, Tinker, I'm gonna, you know, you don't need to supply to run this machine, and you don't need to build to run this machine. So your primary job is to run this machine, right? Because it's at a 9. We should be able to run that machine and keep it going. So yeah, that's our goal. We did get the cobalt taken care of, so we're getting those put into place. Yeah, and of course we're still growing all of this for food, so obviously not ideal. And what we really need to concentrate on now is putting in all of this stuff. But we need, this takes power to run. But we need to get these taken care of so that we stop having the eggs in here, which makes everybody unhappy, right? We do not want unhappy dupes. So we're gonna have to get all of these built. We gotta get rid of that. There's things we need to get rid of. So like we need to move this vent. We're gonna move it right there. And we need to take this out. We don't need that there anymore. And we don't need this here anymore. So we can take them out. Yeah, obviously the sleet wheat farm is the one that we really want to get going here. And ensure that, you know, we've got everything. Okay, we'll wait for it before we do what we were gonna do. Which was this. We're just managing this. We got 2 more to plant. And then we need to come in and mop up this water because we don't want it to freeze up there once the temperature gets cold enough, but we do want to get it going. All right. We can take this one out. And now we can build that and that. Very good. Now we can actually do, yeah, we can't build out a, oh yeah, this doesn't require lead. Okay. This requires everything else that we're kind of short on. But we want to start picking up all this stuff. Mainly, we just want to get the eggs out of here. So for now, we're just going to do that. And just dump it up here. The coal and the eggs and everything else. That's fair enough. Okay, that one can be built, and this one can be built. Alright, there we go. So we'll get those built. Because that'll make our hatches much, much happier if we have this in place. And of course that means we have to get all of this in place. Fortunately, we have all the lead we want to hook all of these up. So it's just a matter of, hey, build all of that. So we've been doing a lot of 9s and a lot of emergency builds just to kind of get things, you know, to where we want them. And we're going to continue to do that. Hopefully we can get this temperature right to where we want it. It's taking a while, but that would be an easy thing, is to get these growing, because then we can have frost burgers, right? But we'll get there. We're at almost the temperature we need. Look, I mean, 8 degrees. We just need, what, 5? Or is it -5? What do we need? We need 5 degrees or lower. So we're almost there. Especially if this is running at 3.8 coming in, we should be able to suck enough out of it. Do we need to... Probably wouldn't hurt just to do this. We don't have anything growing down here, but if we did this and this, so that this also gets a nice cold temperature down here from ice, that might help just to get it taken care of. All right, well, anyways, we're gonna pause there, and in the next episode, on to a new challenge, which is still food, but also we need to start doing things in the base to automate, and we still need to regulate power. Oh yeah, we hooked this up, didn't we? Which, that's good. That means we can finally snap this. There we go. we wanted this to be switched over so that we can start, you know, utilizing it a little bit better. All right, well, anyways, thanks for joining. Take care.